Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that when we go ahead and examine the sequel trilogy, by far, one of the most controversial characters within the new movies by Disney is the character of Rey, portrayed by actress Daisy Ridley. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we have all witnessed exactly what Kathleen Kennedy did to the middle of the sequel trilogy. Yes, we're pointing at The Last Jedi by director Rian Johnson. That is the very movie that derailed the Star Wars sequel trilogy at the time, and the entirety of the franchise. Now, thankfully, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, our saviors, the Favloni universe, as I like to call it, is really taking off. Everything ranging from Rangers of the New Republic to Mando Season 3 and 4, The Book of Boba Fett, the Kenobi series, the Ahsoka Tano series. There's so much coming our way that's all being done by Favreau and Filoni that's going to tie into other Star Wars projects as well. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that they are developing over a dozen Star Wars projects on Disney Plus alone. Let that sink in for a moment. That is a lot of work being poured into the Star Wars universe by Disney and exactly what they have planned for the future of the franchise. Some people may see this as oversaturation and it being a little overdone. I, however, view it as ambition. As long as it's all quality, as long as it's all well written and has great character development and are not messing around, this is a great move by Disney and Lucasfilm without a doubt. However, of course, on top of all of this, with The Mandalorian Season 2 now finished, Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars universe and more. It's described that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are indeed busy developing new projects for the future of the franchise, where one major change to the Star Wars franchise is replacing actress Daisy Ridley as Rey Skywalker in the upcoming Rise of Skywalker sequel series that is currently in development. It's noted that though they chose Keira Knightley to replace Daisy Ridley as Rey Skywalker in the new series, Keira will be bringing a brand new performance for the character of Rey in this new show that takes place many years after Episode 9 that will come in animated form. Now, on top of that, it's described that also Daisy Ridley did not join this project for another new reason behind the scenes, and that this all had to do with Daisy Ridley being afraid that she was only going to be known as Rey as an actress throughout her acting career that would impact on her getting new roles in the film industry. Keira Knightley is described to portray an older version of Rey and will play a mother of two new Skywalkers in this new project for Disney+. Now, here's the very interesting piece, is that both Oscar Isaac and John Boyega, as it turns out, are the ones that convinced Daisy Ridley to step away from this project by Disney, pretty much informing her that it would be a disaster for her career. Now, you guys may very well have remembered what John Boyega said of how Disney poorly treated his character Finn, purposely misleading fans that Finn was going to be the Jedi in Episode 7, where in reality, it wasn't even near close to that. It ended up being Rey. It was a complete ruse. Now, I think what they should have done, and I really do believe that Finn was very, very, mistreated as a character. Finn should have become a Jedi at one point in time in The Rise of Skywalker. You can even see that they tried to somewhat do that, because he was actually Force sensitive more so. In Episode 9, we saw more examples of him being able to use his mind, in kind of helping the Battle of Exegol. Now, the Keira Knightley situation is a very interesting thing, given of how Oscar Isaac and John Boyega are the ones responsible for convincing Daisy Ridley to step away from this project. I'm not quite sure if that was a great move for Daisy Ridley. I mean, granted, she was getting a lot of roles and all within Star Wars. She had 3 movies, 3 sequel trilogy movies, I must add. And beyond that, she was being offered tons of other roles for Disney+, this one included, by the way, that would take place after the sequel trilogy movies. But she turned that down, and as we can all see, what's really in the pipeline? Daisy Ridley doesn't seem to have as many projects as she was sort of getting during her career as an actress when she was working on the sequel trilogy. She was getting some movies here and there, left and right. But now, so far, we're not seeing too much that she's really working on. Adam Driver, by the way, is doing great. Oscar Isaac is doing fantastic. I'm not quite sure about John Boyega, though. I don't really see anything in the pipeline for him in the very near future that's anything of significance. But, like I say, I mean, this big switch-up for the character of Rey Skywalker, it is a risk. I understand that Qi'ra was already in Star Wars. She was in Episode 1, serving as the double of Padme Amidala. She was basically the decoy. So, it was an obvious choice for Lucasfilm to use her to provide facial scans and to do the motion capture work and to do the voiceover work as Rey Skywalker. That is a very good move, I feel. It's the best recast that you could do. So Lucasfilm knew better, you know, of what they were actually dealing with when it came to Star Wars. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know anything about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to moon.